G'day folks, and welcome back to the channel for episode number 15 of my Aether Spellbinder 3 Ways playthrough. Last episode we got up to Homestead, as you can tell by where I'm standing, and this episode we are going to do Pine Barrens, almost certainly the left side of Homestead, and probably a decent way up towards Darkvale Gate. But we are going to be starting with Pine Barrens, which is one of my favorite areas in the game. Not because I like the area, not because I like the monsters, but because you can kind of just go in there, skip talking to everyone, and the next time they see you is when you're walking out of there and saying, hey, all your problems are either dead or solved, and thank you very much for the XP and reputation. So, I enjoy that. The area is also something that I do enjoy, but in terms of, you know, the area design or the look of it or anything like that, it's definitely not my favorite area to look at. The monsters are not my favorite monsters to kill. None of them are bad, but it's just not my favorite. I just enjoy that aspect of being able to just walk in and tell them everything's solved and they've never seen you before. Mostly because it amuses me. Okay, so, as you may have gathered from that little spiel there, Pine Barrens is very, very dense in terms of quests and things to kill and do. There's a lot of stuff in here that I don't really need to do because the devotion shrines are no longer needed. Ooh, you've got a star in your head. Means you get to die. There we go, let's grab his loot and be on our way. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff in here that I'll be skipping because I don't need the devotion shrines. But there's also a lot of stuff that I will be doing. Ooh. This is one of the things I need to keep my eye out for. Now, Subjugators of Thunder is kind of, well, bad. But maybe it'll be an upgrade. It's not. Maybe it'll be an upgrade compared to what I currently have. Now, the MI stuff scales with your level, so you don't have to worry about that. The only thing I need to look at is Subjugators, a pet prefix, better than Aggressive, which is percentage offensive ability? And the answer is straight up no. Subjugators does literally nothing for this build. And is a level 70 of Thunder, it's a suffix, is a level 70 of Thunder suffix better form of the build than a level 55 Thunder suffix? And the answer is actually no. It's exactly the same. It's more or less useless. So this is not an upgrade. If it was of the Arcane Blaze or something like that, then yeah, I would probably swap it. See these guys over here? Yeah, they don't even know I'm here. I mean, they could absolutely see me walk past, but it's a game. I didn't talk to them, so they don't know I exist. Alright, ooh, that is a lot of stars above people's heads, and they're all dead. Hey, there's another Gribblestone effigy. This time it's Subjugators, useless, of the Void, also useless. So we'll be selling that one as well. But it is nice to be in the area where you can farm one of your MIs. So we need to hunt down and destroy all of the... where are they? Nope. Oh, hang on. Maybe at the back there. You know what? I'm going to kill these guys anyway. I don't think there's a shaman there. But I want a Grubble stone effigy. And the way to get them is to kill the Grubbles, shamans, and... was it Witch Doctor? I forget exactly which ones it is. Let me find a couple. Well, this is the right guy. I'm pretty sure these are stone effigies, aren't they? Yeah, stone. So I need the white goblins. And I need... is it... I almost want to say it's pyromancers, but I think that might be the poison one. Drops from the pyromancers from another clan. Anyway, it's fine. We'll kill a bunch of them, especially in the keep that's coming up. Kill a bunch of them, and yeah, maybe I'll get one or two more shots at getting an upgrade. You look like you are made out of XP and loot. Ah, one of the rare manticores that can actually see. Don't see those very often. They are actually rare. Alright, we got some more manticores up here. Poison gland. They mostly have poison gland, so it's not too exciting. Okay, Mogara here. Let's go ahead and take care of Mogara. Dodge the Sunder. And should be dead before it does it again. There we go. Interrogators of Thunder. And we got Trozan's Vestments. We are not doing a Trozan Sky Shard build though, so we will probably not be wearing that. It's all elemental stuff. Lightning Cold. Yeah, not so much. Not so much. Definitely could do it. There would most likely, there's a conduit or something that could convert Trozans to, probably to Aether. There's also, I think it's a Scoundrel's set that'll convert it to all 3 elements. But I'm not using any of those. Alright. Is that all of you? No, there's still more coming. Anyone else want to run around that rock? No? Okay, I can spend my skill points? Good. Now, I checked the scaling out on proliferation here, and this is one of the... maybe rare is not the right word, but it's one of the few skills where more points is more better than less more points. This one increases its scaling every few levels, so I've actually... hang on a second. I made myself a lovely little table where I went through each level of the proliferation skill, and I wrote down how many fragments it had, how much Aether damage it was giving me, and how much elemental damage it was giving me. And it just gets better and better and better and more better per point. So from level 1 to 2, you get 2 fragments. From 3 to 4, it's 2 to 3. From 5 to 6, it's just always 3. 7 to 9, it's 3 to 4. You get the idea. By the time you get to 21, it's going to be 5 to 6 fragments. And it's increasing the elemental damage by 8 or 12 points per level instead of the 4 points you start off with. Obviously, the numbers here are highly inflated because of my Aether damage percentage increase. But, yeah, I want as many points as I can get into that, and if I can get it to 22 points, that would be ideal, because of how the scaling works. The more points, the better. A lot of other skills kind of scale less and less the more points you put in. This is one of the ones that scales more and more the more points you put in. So, there we go. The marginal benefit is increasing, shall we say. Now I just sound like a nerd. Okay, checking for the door. It's not here, it's not there. So, at the end of this side of the L, at the end of this side of the L, down here, this is going to be, I think, the second time in a row where I've actually had to go find the one that I never remember where it is. Ooh, Aggressive of Aether. That is almost certainly going to be better. That is actually straight up an upgrade. What do we got here? Aether Dust, Black Legion. Can I buy that in Ultimate? I can. Alright, first upgrade for a whole level. Very, very nice. So we want Aether Dust, which is a Black Legion component. Let me just make sure that's the right one. It is. So there we go. And let's go up to Homestead here. We'll talk to the Black Legion, and we should be able to, in fact, we will be able to buy a brand new shiny. I just cleared my rift gate. I bet I just cleared my rift gate. Oh no, it's still there. Okay, alright. Whew. Saved. Right, what do we got here? This is Aether Dust. Is that what I was using? Yeah, it is. Alright, we'll chuck that back on. Flat Aether damage. We are doing weapon damage on this. The skill itself doesn't have weapon damage. So Panetti's normally doesn't have Aether damage on it. But, sorry, weapon damage. It does have Aether damage. But the metal here is adding weapon damage. And later we'll have, I want to say a metal that will add it as well. But for now, we are getting 30% of that 8 flat Aether damage, which is like 2 or 3 points of damage. And then the percentage, obviously. I'm very glad I didn't clear that. Would have been, maybe not embarrassing, but it would have been irritating. Alright, where's the door? I know it's around here somewhere. I don't really need to kill a bunch of these goblins anymore. The Grubel, sorry. But, certainly the white ones are still worth killing. The affixes I have on mine, aggressive is good, but it's a magic prefix. And of the Aether is good, but it's a magic suffix. So if I could get a couple of, well maybe not a couple, but if I could get a rare prefix or suffix as well, that would be ideal. Alright, so we're in here, we're looking for the, what is his name? Old Bloodbriar, I think it is? Anyway, the daddy Briarthorn. So these guys, where is he? Yeah, it is Old Bloodbriar. Cool. So we're looking for the daddy Bloodbriar, and he's just gonna kind of just die. There we go, what do we got? Black Grimoire, we don't really care. Yeah, none of that. None of that, thank you very much. I will eat the blueprint, obviously, but don't really need any of that. Impervious of Arcane Balance is kind of crazy how much resistance is on that. Where did it go? There it is. Impervious of Arcane Balance. That is 110, 134, 159% of good resistances, and it's over 200% if you split that elemental into fire, cold, and lightning. That is crazy good. Unfortunately, it's not on an MI base that I want, so it's gonna get sold. Unfortunate, but them's the breaks. Okay, we got some trolls here, and then some spiders, although the trolls appear to be, well, I was going to say they appear to be gone out for lunch or something, but did find them in the end. Let's get out of the poison. And here's the spiders. I really enjoy how everything just kind of dies. I put Ill Omen and Haunt on things, and then they just fall over. It's great. Alright, we're here for, I want to say Oroprax, but I know that's wrong. Ungoliax. No, it starts with a U. We're here for Ungoliax. We will actually get a quest to kill this giant spider. Impervious of Amarasth's Flurry. Now, this is absolutely the +1 to Arcanist skill points amulet. The only problem is it converts Devastation over to Vitality damage. And we are using Devastation for its Aether damage. I guess I could take the points out. 14 points out of that, and then put them, you know, maybe into Ill Omen and a few more points in Proliferation. It's probably not a horrible idea. Resistances on this are quite nice. +2 to Ill Omen's pretty good. +1 to all Arcanist skills is actually a lot. What's that? 7, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 skill points. If I was to drop Devastation, it would only be 16 skill points, so only 8 levels worth of skill points from that one item. Which, when you put it like that, for the loss of a skill that I kind of don't care about, let's be honest. The only issue, of course, is what would I put this on instead? And I'd probably just attach it to Rush, so it's still got XP, but -6 seconds to all currently active skill cooldowns is kind of not very important. What are we doing here? More spirit. Okay, anyway, that's a discussion for later. That particular amulet is decent. Where are we? Here we go. Amarasth's Flurry, obviously, +2 to Amarasth's Blade Burst doesn't really matter. % cold damage and pierce damage doesn't really matter, so the Amarasth's Flurry is basically just there for the resistances it provides, and then the Impervious is obviously just a resistance prefix as well. So you can definitely get better amulets than that. Not sure. This one is still quite good. just for that spirit ward. Having said that, +1 to Arcanist skills is also quite good. Also considering going to get the Fetten Mask for the same reason. +1 to Arcanist, +1 to all skills, sorry, on the Fetten Mask is kind of hard to say no to. Alright, I'm not sure why I came in here, because this is one of the areas that I said I was going to skip because I don't need the Devotion Shrine. So let's get out of here. Still checking the white Grubbles here. I definitely want to be killing any of the Shaman. The yellow ones I don't care so much about, but definitely the white ones have got to go. Oh, here we go. Witch Doctor. Maybe it is the Witch Doctors that can drop it as well. Yellow ones don't care. White ones murder them to death. They are made out of MIs that I want, so we definitely need to be killing them. Oh, there we go. Stalwart of the Flamecaller. No. No, definitely not. But it is nice that I'm actually getting a few to drop now. The drop rate on MIs in Ultimate is definitely a lot better than it is in... wait, Essence Drinkers? That could be good. We'll have a look at that in a second. I just want to get rid of Nabinok here. Grobal Death Effigy. Oh, that's poison stuff, who cares? Alright, so Grobal Stone Effigy, level 70, I like. Essence Drinkers is +2 to drain essence. It's probably also that vitality damage. And then Scorching is going to be the fire damage. I'm going to go ahead and say that this one is not an upgrade. So my current one has 200% increase Aether, which is kind of still relevant. And losing 100% Aether damage is still something that I care about. So we're going to not use that one. Alright, y'all got any more of them Witch Doctors? Definitely standing in spikes as well. Not the best idea I've had today. Right. What is his name? I couldn't even look at his name. Well, I guess it didn't matter that much. I'm not sure why, I just enjoy knowing the names of the things that I'm killing. Probably a habit from when I used to play Diablo 2, where the names would tell you sort of what they would do. Alright, you guys are all yellow. I don't care. Wait, why is the door blocked? Who put that door there? Okay, don't need to use the smith. For anyone wondering, this guy will craft you random level 75 legendaries. I think it's level 75. But you can't pick which ones you get, and they're not cheap. So it's kind of not worth, in my opinion. You can definitely go play with it if you have a lot of crafting materials. You might get something good. Gribble Ember Effigy. Thermite Mine, Hellfire Mine. Okay. Ooh, can I get the dynamite? No. I'm gonna have to do a complete loop around to get that, and I think I'm just not going to bother. I do enjoy the proliferation on this. So before I started playing this character, I was kind of expecting the damage to be really bad, and it's not amazing on single target, but it's nowhere near as bad as I was expecting. I think that's due to the levels that I had when I swapped to it. Specifically the skill points, and the fact that I had a decent amount of them before I swapped. Also, it doesn't hurt that the skill's been buffed a couple of times recently either. Infernal Knight's Jacket, almost certainly not using that. Alright, first thing I want to do in here, this is the boss room by the way, first thing I want to do is make sure all of the healers are dead. Yep, I'll be back for you. Actually, you come up here. Here we go. So we're going to put a hurting on him. Try and remember to keep Ill Omen active. Use my energy potions. Keep Haunt active on him. Haunt and Ill Omen honestly are the procs that I actually care about for my devotions. So keeping those active is good. We do have an Exalted stash here, and we get the Peerless Eye of Barrens. +1 to all skills. Okay. And then we get an activatable effect here that's going to turn our foes to stone. I'm going to be honest, I am never going to remember to actually use that. What do we got? 7% crit damage, so that's same. More offensive ability on the Peerless Eye. +1 to all skills, which is just crazy good. The only difference is going to be... I mean, it's basically +1 to all skills versus Spirit Ward. I think I'm going to swap this. Yeah, I think I am. Let's chuck that in there. What resistances did I lose, actually? Maybe I'm not going to swap this. So I'll get my Chaos back to being capped. I lost Aether and Vitality. I don't care about Aether at all. We are way over the cap. Vitality's decently overcapped as well. So yeah, I'm going to make that swap for sure. And then that +1 to all skills gives me effectively 8 additional levels worth of skill points here, and then 2 additional levels worth here. So that is really, really good. I think also... I think I'm going to take a quick detour before we get started on Homestead, now that I think about it. Because +1 to all skills is really nice, but what if we had +2 to all skills? That would be even more nice. Also, don't mind me, I'm definitely not bringing up Grim Tools to cheat. Promise. Let's go Legendary, and I want the normal. So, I may not have mentioned it in this series, but I have mentioned it in the past. Various points throughout the campaign, I guess we'll call it, there are perfectly normal weapons. I think they're all maces. And one of them is going to have +1 to Arcanist skills. There's definitely a +1 to Necromancer skills. And where is the +1 to Arcanist? So totally normal Dawn Shard has +1 to Arcanist. And do any of the others... Totally normal Dawn Shard is the one. Okay, so the totally normal Dawn Shard, as opposed to my, what is this, level 55 weapon here. The totally normal Dawn Shard is elemental damage, which is kind of not great, but it has +1 to Arcanist on it. We're not going to get that. I will show one of them, though, just to kind of point it out. And it's down here. It's going to cost me 25 scrap and 50,000 iron bits. Do I want to do that? I think I will. This one is not going to be the Arcanist one. I think this is the Shaman one. I'm probably wrong on that, but I guess we're about to find out. Let's keep... You know what? I can't actually remember if it was exactly 25 or not. We'll just take the whole lot, and I need to go and melt that amulet as well. Because I'm still too poor to make another one of those components. Which could also... I didn't check what augments on there, but I think I don't need these resistances anymore. I definitely need these two, but anyway. Maybe I'll just leave that for now, and then probably forget about it until level 100. Alright, it was 25. Okay, so the bridge to the old grove. And the only thing here is this scrap pile. And we have the totally normal Arbiter, which is actually better than I was thinking. And +1 to all Necromancer. Chance on block for that, though, is not great. We can't block, so that proc does nothing. But +1 to Necromancer is not great, but not horrible. The 116% Aether damage is basically the same as on our current weapon. I can't wear it yet, which kind of sucks. I guess I could go back to Elite and get that one. But, yeah, nah. Okay. Alright, very well. Let's just grab this rift, and before we get sidetracked, we do have some quests to go and turn in the Pine Barrens. So let's go do that first, and then I'll be back. That was the wrong rift to click on. That's okay. Here we go. That's the one I want. So we're off to the Pine Barrens rift, and like I said, we're just going to talk to these guys and just rake in a whole bunch of XP. And I may as well get the extra... here we go. And then this one, Black Legion, I'd like to help. Click, 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 click. There we go. Decent chunk of free, question mark, XP. And then, yep. So, all your problems are either dead or solved, and thank you very much for the augment and the sword. Like I mentioned, I love this turn in here. I would be even more happy if they added more quests to these guys in Fangs of Astrakhan, just so as I can come and go click, 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 and get like 2 or 3 levels straight up. That would be amazing. Oh, also, the totally normal Arbiter is matched by this one up here. This is going to be the totally normal shield, which has +1 to Oathkeeper and Soldier, and it's physical based, and it also looks like a shield. You'll notice both of these are one-handed maces, but you can wear them in your main hand and they will look like shields. Obviously, I can't equip them right now to show that, but just, you know, trust me, bro. Okay. Got some more skill points to spend, and I mentioned that this gets more and more better the more and more points you put in, and that is still true, so we're doing that. And I'm going to put a few more points in Spirit, because more damage, more energy, all the good stuff. Alright, I do actually have to do his quest. So we'll do his quest, and he will let us out.
The emissary
begin the trials. I definitely need to get some more procs. I really enjoy builds like this where you can just trigger huge amounts of procs and just murder things by standing there. There's a piece of the Iskandra set. This is a Panetti's replicating missile set from memory. Although it looks like it might be a Trozen set now that I'm looking at it. It's definitely an elemental set though. Anyway. Probably not using it. And by probably, I mean definitely. Okay, the cults. Now, we're going to get all 3 of them to Revered at some point anyway. But we do need to pick one in order to open the gate, I'm pretty sure. Let's go check the gate. And if the gate does not open, we are going to join... You know what? I haven't done Bismail for a while. We'll pick that one. Yeah, gate is not open. Okay, we're going to go pick Bismail. So, not because I want any of the gear for any of these factions, but just because it's kind of the lowest, and it's also the quickest by far. So, I'm not actually here to do the Bismail quests. I'm not here to rescue Anorak's brothers. What I'm here to do is to get my hands on the Fetten mask. Now, I can't wear this. But it is a very nice helmet. What I could do is I could go back to Elite. Just for the record, I'm not doing this, but I could go back to Elite and kill the Warden. It would take me 20 minutes. And then do this same run I'm about to do now. And get the Elite Fetten mask, which is +1 to all skills. It's just lower level and less other stats than the ultimate version is. But, yeah, I'm definitely not doing that. Ooh, you need to die immediately. Or as close to immediately as I can make it. We're going to leave the loot on the floor for a second here. And everything grouping up is really good for my damage. The closer they are together, the more damage I do. So it's also just occurred to me that this is a complete waste of time. So I'm going to go get this helmet and then stick it in my stash. And I guarantee you I will be back here doing Forgotten Gods before I can wear that helmet. So now that I'm thinking about this, this is actually a complete waste of time. So I'm just going to go to the next rift, which will be the Temple of Osir, and then I'm going to stop and go back to where I was. Because yes, this is actually a complete waste of time. Well, mostly a complete waste of time. Whoa, hello. That was definitely not fun. What are you? Oh, you're reflective. That's probably why. It's killing myself. Okay, we can get through these guys. And like I said, I thought about this now, which is unusual for me. I try not to think about things. But I thought about this and realized that I'm doing something silly. And so we're going to get the next rift gate and be on our way. And the next rift gate is right here. There it is. Okay, back to Homestead. And we will be back to do Forgotten Gods after. Probably after Ashes of Malmoth. But definitely after the base game. These shields are one time per character items. So if you think you might, maybe, want to use one of them, you definitely want to hold on to them. I definitely am not going to use them. Ooh, I am going to use that though. Maybe. Probably. Nice to have. Okay, let's get back to doing what I should have been doing. And that is the Homestead quests. Now, this next quest that I'm about to do here, this is something you absolutely want to do in Ultimate. You want to do it in Normal as well because of the XP, but in Ultimate, it's actually a secret quest line, or the start of one. So you definitely want to be going to get Dayla's Diary. What have we got? 6, 7, 8... Raise the Dead getting level ups is nice, and there we go, we're done. Okay, this quest is not the one I was talking about. If you come out of Homestead and just follow this road, you will end up at the Thornsbury Farm, which is right here, and then you can go through Dayla's sock drawer and find her diary, which you can then choose to read or not, whatever you prefer. But this does start the Lokar quest, and if you are wanting alts, then the Lokar set, for which I have a video on the channel if you want a kind of hand-holdy walkthrough, but the Lokar set is the best XP gear that you can wear at level 1 in the game. It is not by any means necessary or required, but it is going to speed up your alt leveling, and it's kind of nice to have it just to say, you know what? I beat the game. I think I would say making a character that can kill Lokar entitles you to say you beat the game. I think I'm going to stick with that. Because if your character is good enough to beat Lokar enough times that you can get that set, then your character is probably at least somewhat okay. Alright, we're going to take out Corrosive Axe here. Okay, pick up the loot, and we'll be on our way. And here's my body. So this is a quest item I was here for. The Last Will of Marthas Everbrook. Let's go out into their backyard and raid their stash. And there will be more stash raiding. Because that book that we just got, that was a quest item, which opens up an Exalted Stash. So those are the main things you want to hit out here. There's more, obviously, but at least at the start. Over here, get your eggs. In here, get Dayla's Diary. In one of these 3 buildings, or a 4th one kind of here-ish, is going to be the book that gets you the Exalted Stash. And then we run south from the rift here. And we can pick up the lore note. No, we can't. Already picked it up in normal. Or I guess veteran. But yeah, normal. And over here we have a quest we can do. And I always joke that this is the quest to rescue a demon from being trapped inside a little girl. That's not technically true. This is the quest to turn that dynamite out there into a Blood of Chthon in here. So if you just take the bottom option every single time, you will end up with, you are a Deceiver Demon / attack. And obviously we're going to want to do that. Once it dies, get out of the fire. You will be standing in fire when it dies, so just, yeah, just don't do that. What do we got here? That is like half the armor, so no. But here's the Blood of Chthon. That was the quest update. And that whole quest there, yeah, it's XP, which is nice. But the whole point of that quest is to turn a dynamite into a Blood of Chthon, which is a trade that I will make every day of the week and twice on Sundays. Alright, let's just throw a couple of dots on these guys. I am looking at this stuff here. The armor is kind of comparable to what I have, although the 2-piece Justicars... Is it Justicar or just Justice? Justicar armor. The 2-piece for this is 12% increased armor and 15% absorption, which is pretty good. This is the other building. If you look, it's pretty much due west of the Riftgate. And this may be where your last will of Martha Severbrook can be found. Potential totem here. It's not here. I actually didn't check the other spot where it could be. So, oh, no, there it is. This totem out here in the Rotting Croplands, this is always an ancient Aether Warped totem, which is not exactly the most dangerous totem in the game, but they are quite dangerous. So if your build is a little bit questionable or you're not confident or whatever, go ahead and skip this. I'm going to pretend that I'm scared of this and run away for a second here. So this is what I would do if I was actually scared of this. You run away, and then you shoot things as they run at you. So this one is likely to reflect all my damage and kill me. This one is likely to summon Storm Titans and all the Mammoth stuff. Yeah, so there we go. We've got Ethereal Colossus. I don't see any Storm Titans, but they definitely could be there. Not at the moment, which is good. And I think everybody's dead there. Oh, no, there's still a couple to go. There's my Stormbearers and Ethereal Titans. These guys will all dash at you. They basically use Blitz. And they will really, really hurt if you're not ready for them. So make sure you're ready for them, or just kind of back away, and they will come at you a few at a time. The other way to do it, of course, is to just click on it and blow them up as they come out. And if you are playing a similar build to this one, or if you're playing along, then you will actually do a lot more damage as they come out than you will by stringing them out. Because the more things you hit, the more replicated missiles you end up with, and it just becomes kind of bullet hell for them. Alright, this is the quest Exalted Stash. It's called Hidden Wealth. It's an Exalted Stash. You are guaranteed 1 blue or better item from an Exalted Stash. And unfortunately it looks like the blue or better item we've got is kind of bad. Okay, so what do we got after this? Now, I've put 12 hard points in that, and I've got +6 to it. That's as good as I can get for now. Getting more points into supercharged, kind of who cares? The more crit damage is really nice. The chance of stun is really nice. That electrocute damage can't be converted to Aether, and then percentage elemental either does nothing because it's not converted, or if it's converted to Aether, as I think it is because of the conversion being based on the skill and not global, I think that's converted to Aether, but 45% Aether going up to 54, that's 9%, it's basically nothing, so I'm not going to bother there. I could put another point in this one though, more flat Aether damage, definitely good. I think I will bring this up to 12 of 12. And we're actually going to go back to Devil's Crossing, because I do want to pull some points out of various skills. So let's go ahead and do that. Also, I'm going to put more points in Spirit, because Spirit... This one... Yeah, I kind of like that one being maxed out. That should be 1, it is. That can go back down to probably... What do we got there? 12% casting speed and -20. You know what? I think that can stay at 10 out of 10. That's kind of the soft cap. We got there. That one could probably stay as well. This I want to get a few more points into, maybe. 25% is actually pretty good, so maybe I'll leave that one. And then over here in Necromancer, the more the merrier in all 3 of these. So that's fine. I think I'm gonna do this. And then I want to max this out. So this is going to be reduce target's damage for 1 second, which means I'll be taking even less damage. The next thing I want to do, I probably do want to get Mark of Torment at some point. If we go back to Arcanist, I also want to get Overload. This is going to give me a lot of offensive ability, so 133. So basically 90 additional offensive ability from maxing that out is pretty good. It's pretty good. What could we do here? So 25% could be 30%, which is pretty good as well. I think I will end up actually doing all of these. Maybe I won't end up getting Mark of Torment, although... The thing with Mark of Torment is there's nothing else up here that I actually want. The Necro skills I actually want are down here, so getting Mark of Torment is 10 points for the actual skill, but it's also 17 to get to it. I mean, I guess I get stats out of that, but I think for now, I think we're going to do that. And I'm sorely tempted to ditch Devastation. I definitely shouldn't. Anyway, we'll see, we'll see. Let's go ahead and vendor a whole bunch of this stuff. And I wouldn't mind... Well, we're gonna go and finish the Homestead stuff. But I wouldn't mind maybe going and getting a new one of those. Don't really want to go back to normal to farm it, but maybe. Right, I don't need that, and I can't see it anymore, so out of sight, out of mind. Right, so our damage from Devastation is basically non-existent now, and I am not expecting it to actually be an issue. We'll kind of see how we go. But for a lot of this stuff here, most of the damage is from Spectral Wrath, actually, on a lot of the small stuff. And then various procs, and Panetti's is doing work. There will be, I think, an item to convert Ill Omen to Aether damage. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure it exists. And I wouldn't mind getting my hands on it. It's probably going to be a purple item. In fact, let me just... My apologies for pausing your screen there. But I kind of want to check. Alright, let's scroll down here. So I'm back on Grimtools. and I'm looking for all of the MIs and such that affect Ill Omen, and I'm checking for, okay, Diviner's set, yeah, obviously, that's going to be an Aether set for a Spellbinder, so you get Devastation stuff, Reap Spirit stuff, and actually get Aether Resistant Shred on Ill Omen. We got Mythical Grasp of the Dead, Aether converted to cold, no. Okay, Ill Omen, Vitality to cold. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong, actually. I think I might actually be mistaken. Alright. Looks like I am actually incorrect. I would have sworn there was a way to convert the Ill Omen damage to Aether. There is... It with the Diviner's set, if you have the whole thing, it does add Aether Resistant Shred to Ill Omen, but the damage of Ill Omen stays Cold and Vitality. So, not quite as good as I was thinking, but still pretty good. Alright, Grand Vizier Lozacal. We can take care of him pretty easily. Grab his quest item. Alright. This little hole here, the first one, you can skip this. The only thing of note down there is a potential Exalted Stash. Now, if you don't care about Exalted Stash, and honestly, they're not as good as I used to think they are. If you don't care about them, you can skip this entirely, and if you're like me, and it's not here anyway, then you kind of wasted your time coming down here, except, obviously, XP, and Hiveguard Anoxus, who is pretty much always down here. And I enjoy killing him. Oh, he's got a friend today. How about that? There we go, they're all nicely dead. Pick that up. Noticing my energy is running out a little bit quicker. Maybe I shouldn't have taken points out of Mental Alacrity. Oh well, too late now. So that's the first little hole. I obviously didn't get my Exalted Stash, which is a little disappointing, but I am still going to get it, just not there. Here's my second Grand Vizier. Down he goes. So I now have access to the Queen's Chamber, but before we go down there, this little hole here, I will actually go and kill Gollus, just in case he has a nice ring. But this build doesn't really use Gollus rings. You can, for sure, but it's not part of the build. It's not a required MI. The skill bonuses for it kind of don't matter. And if you have the eagle eyes and the experience to know where to look, you would have seen this Exalted Stash here. This is actually the reason why I came down here, to check for that. Now, Chillheart Scepter obviously is not really very good for me, but you get no items out of the Exalted Stashes you don't open, so there we go. Roll the dice, and the more dice you roll, the more chances you have of getting a 6. Alright, that Devotion Shrine, I could turn it on, and in fact, I might turn it on. Because, yeah, it's loot that's waiting to happen. And we can just kind of fall back a little bit, turn the loot off here. Don't... Ooh, that's a lot of poison damage. Everybody's finally worked out that they're not actually scared of me. Maybe they should be. I don't know. Alright, this poison from this from the things that die in this Devotion Shrine are very, very scary. What do we got here? We've got Aether damage. We've got percent Aether damage, +1 in Necro skills, and then Impure Blast, which is Vitality and Aether. This is not bad at all. Mortality. It's not Agravix's Malice, which is the one that I actually want, but but that's probably a pretty good upgrade. I mean, I would lose +1 to all skills in Arcanist. I would lose Haunt, which is kind of a big deal, actually. Rumor has it, and by rumor I mean Xantai said it a while back, that they were planning on adding the ability to upgrade some sort of low-level relics with Fangs of Astrakhan, so maybe we'll be getting a level 94 version of Haunt. Wanderers of the Eagle is kind of pants. It's not very good. So I dipped out there. It's alright, we'll get the Crown of Command. Don't know why this game wants to give me all these pet items when I'm not playing a pet build. Guarantee you, as soon as I start playing a pet build, it's not going to drop any of that. Alright, we're done here. Let's be on our way. Didn't really need to come down here and kill Gollus, but I figured I was in the area. Maybe he'll drop me a nice ring. Who knows? We are, however, done. So, the reasons to come down into the second one is a shot at the Exalted Stash and Gollus, basically. So if you don't care about the Exalted Stash and you don't care about killing Gollus, then you can quite happily skip this particular hole in the ground. This is a fancy body. It'll give you 2 rares. Or better. You could potentially get 2 legendary items out of that. Probably not going to, but it's possible. Alright, and we're pretty much just fighting to the Queen's chambers at this point. So, we've made it. Let's open the door and let's go kill ourselves a queen. Now, I left my my giant loader suit at home, so we'll just have to kill it with Aether Missile instead of the robot loader and throwing it into space. But that's alright. We're still going to kill the queen. Going to kill off a lot of her kids first. Definitely need to do something about energy. Heroic chest here. Okay. Okay, very nice. Included in the Smiley Chamber, which you can see on the map there, we have the Swarm Queen Ravna, who I'm going to get back to here in a second. Up here in this chamber, you have your Exalted Stash, if you haven't already found it. Obviously, I've already found it, so mine's not there. And that's kind of it. You got a whole bunch of bugs, who hopefully will all kind of go away. She's just going to keep spawning them, though. So maybe I can save my energy here for a second. I'm going to wait for this potion to be up, and until then I'm just going to stand here and let these bugs suicide onto me. Maybe I'll wait till this has got 5 seconds left or something like that. Good time to have a little drink. Wet the old whistle, as it were. Alright. So Swarm Queen Ravna, you want to get into melee range with her. Because if you stand at range, she's going to spit poison at you, and the poison actually does a lot of damage. Once, however, you kill her, she's going to get up, attack her egg sac thing there, and now she's going to chase you. Now I should be able to face tank this until she brings the roof down. At which point I'm going to run away so I don't get hit by the roof. There we go. Managed to evade straight into another piece of the roof. And once again, perdition is everywhere when you don't need it. Alright, that's it. Queen's dead. Let's get out of here. We've got an Aether cow to kill, and then that's Homestead, or at least the left side, pretty much done. So we'll head out the exit here. Head out the second exit. We've had one exit, yes, but what about second exit? And then we just head over here and kill the Aether cow in the barn. How are we doing for reputation? I don't think we have Nemesis with anything relevant. Honored with the Rovers. Okay. This probably doesn't really matter, but I'm going to go and get this anyway. So once you get to Honored, you can obviously get the writs, which is just going to accelerate your reputation gain. Not really a big deal, although this much here could have been, you know, this much here. And nobody else is honored. Okay. I should have done that when I actually got to honored, but I probably didn't notice it. Or I decided I didn't want it for some reason. I'm not sure, it's been a while. Alright, let's head over here. Now, if you didn't get your ancient Aether Warp Totem, it could be kind of up this way. It's probably not worth it to run all the way over there for an ancient totem, although ancient totems can be pretty good when it comes to loot and XP. Turns out I still can't aim this thing. Alright, here we go. So this little section here, we're not really going to be looking at anything particularly scary in here, except for the cow itself. So I'm gonna just run past all this. A lot of this stuff is going to try and, you know, chase me. Alara here maybe has some shoulders or something that I might be interested in. No, definitely doesn't. So we'll just go in here. We'll kill everybody off. There is a couple of crystals there. And I think we're good. Okay, potions are off cooldown, everything else is pretty much off cooldown. This one, I mean, the Aether Cow doesn't do elemental damage, so this doesn't really matter. And energy is topped off, so let's just go kill him. Okay, and I want to dodge that. I want to dodge. Where are the waves? There they are. Alright. Aether Fire, Pulsing Shard of the Aether. I kind of wish I was doing an Albrecht's Aether Ray build now, but anyway. It is what it is. It's actually not hugely better. There's no damage proc there, so... You know what, I take it back. I don't really want to be doing Albrecht's Aether Ray. Nothing wrong with that as a build, just this is a Panetti's build. Alright, so I've got all my free loot from here. Let's head back to Homestead and turn all these quests in, because there is a lot of them. I'll probably get 70, well, I'll definitely get 74. I may get 75. I'm not going to hold my breath for 75, though. Okay, you know what? Should also put these on. Yes, I will buy that. What did I just buy? I don't know what I bought. Some sort of component. Alright, that's fine. Spellweave legs. Do I care about these? Probably not, but I'll hang on to them until I can actually equip them. The rest of this stuff can go. Mystic of Destruction. Arcane Blaze. Okay. Preserving of the Arcane Blaze. I'm going to hang on to those as well and just have a look. Aether to Elemental means straight up no. Every time. That's alright. That was actually a somewhat fun build, although farming the Perdition set, rather than just have it falling out of the sky everywhere. That was a little bit frustrating, but otherwise, pretty good build. Okay, let's go turn all this in, so as I can check that chest and see if it's any good. Abomination has been destroyed. I will rescue the prisoners. Yep. I will speak with the emissaries, and we have chosen to side with... not Kaiman's idiots. Beautiful. Right, so we will seek out their sanctum, no problem. Let's just go over here, and we'll talk to Dela, who promised I didn't go rifling through your drawers. Yep, haven't read a word. Honest. I wouldn't lie to you, would I? Probably would, let's be honest. Alright, and we'll grab this one as well. Now, if you kept some of the dog tags from back in normal difficulty, now is a good time to drag them out and maybe use them. There we go. 2 out of 5 already done, which is pretty good. Right. So we have one more quest to turn in back in Devil's Crossing, and then that's going to be it for now, and I can put my normal gear back on.
I don't know what you...
There we go. Revered with Devil's Crossing. Now the reason I'm revered is that I killed a whole bunch of Crumley's gang when I was trying to farm the helmet and shoulders here. But it is nice to be revered. Okay. Yeah, I'm not using this. Never mind. Alright, Aether Missiles as a proc is quite good. Preserving as a prefix is not. And the Ascended Vestment does have +3 to Panetti's, which, I mean, it's pretty good. I could definitely use another 3 skill points. But I would just lose too much tank, as it were. I would lose 700, no, well, not quite that much. I would lose 400 armor on my chest. I would lose 12% armor on every slot. It's just too much. So we will not be using that. And that is actually going to be the end of this episode. So I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. And goodbye for now. No potions for me. Sad. Bye, folks.